What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid-techno, and we're going back to the mighty Skankadelic label. Talked about it in a number of videos, even on this new channel, and certainly on my old channel, so I'll be brief, but one of my favorite labels of all time, pretty short-lived. It ran from 2003 to 2005, maybe 2006? No, I think the last one was 2005. I think it was all over like a 3-year span. Sort of the brainchild of a DJ turned like producer slash collaborator, Mr. Burns, aka Gavin Butler, who formed a partnership with Geezer, aka Guy McGaffer. All the tunes on the label are engineered by Guy, although this release is listed as a Mr. Burns solo, so Mr. Burns like wrote the tunes, but Guy engineered them. But yeah, we're going to listen to a tune that I think for a lot of people is one of their very favorites on Skankadelic Sounds, for people who do know the label. We're going to listen to Ave Sum of That, like Ave, you know, Avin it. But yeah, Ave Sum of That. I do like this tune a lot. I don't think it's the best tune on the label. For me, that's probably Nice Acid, which is the release for which Mr. Burns and the Geezer were joined by the mighty Chris Liberator, and the tune on the flip side of that one, Raptor, is another contender for my favorite on the label. I Am an Acid Junkie, which is a Mr. Burns tune, again engineered by Geezer, but that's the opening tune from the label. That's a contender. I like this tune a lot, but my memory is that my perception of it is that it is a good tune on the label, maybe not one of the best, but you know, I've used it in mixes over the years, and when people have commented on mixes, like on SoundCloud, when I've used it, people always comment on this track and like, oh, it's one of my very favorite, like that's the best Skankadelic tune. So it seems like people really do enjoy this one. So yeah, here we go. This is Mr. Burns, engineered by the Geezer. Ave Sum of That from Skankadelic Sounds. What number is this? It's from 2003, so it's got to be an early one. I'll check in a moment. But yeah, this is 2003, Mr. Burns, Ave Sum of That on Skankadelic Records. Whoops, wrong side. So this one is number 3. This is Skankadelic 3. Or Skank 3, as the cat says. Cat being catalog number. So already that kind of twisted acid riff. I wouldn't necessarily call it psychedelic, but it's got some like, it's twisty. It's bendy. And like all Skankadelic tunes, two things. Like all Skankadelic tunes, big heavy kick drum and like really like thumping percussion, like pretty much all of Geezer's productions during these middle aughties. But the transformer acid that it's so rich, like alive. Another hallmark of Skankadelic acid-techno tunes. So like rich, like a lather, an acid lather. Just that frenetic, like, acid lather, it really gives the spine, or like the main texture to the tune. Do you like those hats? it's interesting to me. Like, I'm loving this. I enjoy this. But even now, on like a fresh listen, and right as I'm about to say something, it kicks up the acid. Like, hold on. But no, I was gonna say, like, even the early stages of nice acid, I think, are more wicked than this, more intense than this. So I like this tune, but I stand by what I said. I don't think it's one of the best on the label, despite other people seeming to regard it as such. I do like that gurgly, twisted riff coming back though. That kind of acid riff there reminds me of something here on one of Geezer's sheet acid releases. So it's like the transformer layer that like sort of sharp like shout layer, wow. And then the twisted bendy. Those three form a nice little acid phrase together. You can like hear them separately, or you can just blend them together sonically. Oh. And then so a new dissonant, like wicked acid layer. Dissonant synth, like sort of, you know, metallic bird kind of layer. Alright, so, you know, this is pretty wicked, I'm not gonna lie. In a way, I've been kind of like insisting, you know, that this isn't one of the best, but let's be honest, all Skank releases are great, and this is like, this is Skankadelic. All my remarks of comparison notwithstanding. Dual layered build-up. It was like a kick build-up too, but now it pulled that out and it's just the snare build and that high, like intense, frantic, like tension-filled synth. I love that wicked acid layer added in the breakdown. And now the transform chirping. Devastating. Again, my attempts to qualify notwithstanding, it's a devastating acid tune. Laying waste to brain cells. Cymbals crashing their way across the top. What? It's like an element that it sounds almost like a affected vocal. What? Rumble. And heading out toward the exit with that same twisted, bendy acid riff from the beginning. By this point, you probably, if you're mixing out, you'd want to be probably moving toward the secondary intro of your incoming tune. At the very least, like you're double dropping steadily by this point. so as to avoid the energy level going down at all. Wicked. Yeah, like I said, there's not a single Skankadelic release I don't love. I feel like for the first half of that video I was just trying to qualify, because as I said, I've seen a lot of people online say, oh, that's the very best Skankadelic tune. I still don't quite agree with that, but I do get it, especially in the latter half in that main build where it was like almost like a two-part build to the big drop, and then it's even more wicked than everything that came before, because there's like that kind of hard metallic sort of bird synth, and then there's the dissonant acid layer, just that kind of creepy acid layer that was added to all the other at least 3 acid layers. So yeah, I really enjoyed the back half of that tune, and like I said, I do get it. I get why that's a real favorite for people, even if I still think the tune Nice Acid and or Raptor and maybe I Am an Acid Junkie exceeds it, but again, these are, they're all luxury acid sedans. These are all top performance cars that we're talking about, so I really do think it just comes down to personal preference when you're dealing with a label of this quality. Again, shout out to Mr. Burns, shout out to Geezer for his engineering hand and for forging the partnership with someone who wanted to create a particular sound of acid-techno. I mentioned also Mr. Burns had a label called Blipped, which was basically the same stuff, but a little more techno heavy. Even some of the tunes did have acid, but yeah, it was kind of the Skankadelic sound, but stripped of a lot of the acid. Maybe, if you will, the cluster to Skankadelic's Stay Up Forever, if that makes sense. But yeah, either way, let me know what you think of the tune. Let me know if this is one of your favorites, or if you, like me, there's another release on Skankadelic that is the absolute one for you, whether or not it's Nice Acid like it probably is for me. In any case, let me know what you think. Thank you for listening and watching. Have a good day, have a good night, and I'll see you next time.